So in this video, I'm going to be listing off the top 10 best tier 10 tanks in this game that are also tech tree tanks. No mercenary tanks included or premium tanks, just tanks that you can grind through a tech tree line. So let's just go ahead and get started with number 10. Number 10 is the Progetto 65, the tier 10 Italian medium tank. This tank has a 49.62% win ratio with 2,246,136 battles played in it. This tank is speedy, going at 65 kilometers, 23 reverse, with a power to weight ratio of 18.75. It also has decent armor. Not decent, like okay armor, because has weird angles, so it can pull off some surprise ricochets here and there. It is pretty accurate at .33, and it has an auto reloader with 4 rounds and a clip, where each shell loads individually, unlike an autoloader. So this tank can be played as an autoloader or a single shot whenever it needs to be. So the number 9 best tier 10 in the game is the Mouse. Now this is one I don't actually own. It has a 49.67% win ratio with 1,446,716 battles played in it. This is the heaviest tank in the game, but also one of the most healthiest in World War II, and also kind of Cold War, with 3,000 hit points. It is a super heavy, obviously. It has 200 millimeters of frontal armor and 185 millimeters on the side. Very heavily armored. This tank is all about the armor, and it has a decent gun at a 12.8 centimeter, and it also has a little small secondary gun that you can also use. Now moving on to the number 8 spot is the Progetto 705A, a tier 10 Soviet heavy tank that has a reverse turret, has its turret on the back of its tank, so it can easily side scrape around the corner. This tank has won 49.67% of its battles, which is the same as the Mouse. It has been in 2,781,440 battles. Like I said, it's really good at side scraping because the turret's on the very back of its tank, and it also has good alpha at 650. So the number 7 best tier 10 is the Polish medium tank, the CS63. It has a win ratio of 49.84%. It has been in 393,918 battles. This tank is actually very unique because it has the turbo mode, where you turn on turbo mode and you lose all your gun statistics, but you gain in mobility. So your normal speed is 55, and making you one of the fastest medium tanks in the game when you enable turbo mode to going 70 kilometers. It also has decent armor, and it has a really good DPM at 2,601. So we move on to another Polish tank at the number 6 spot, which is the 60TP. It has won 49.85% of its games that it has been in. It has been in 1,479,329 battles. It has big alpha, 750, and it's really good at being hulled down. It's kind of classified as a super heavy. It also has 8 degrees of conversion, and yeah. Now we move on to one of the least played tanks, the least played tank on this entire list, which is another one I don't have, which is the Minotauro, the Italian tank destroyer. It has won 49.86% of its games, and it's only been in 27,505 battles. This tank is a TV, like I said. Really good armor, has 300 millimeters of frontal armor, and it is a 5-round autoloader, doing 530 damage. But the inner clip is really long. But yeah. Also guys, if you are liking this video so far, consider subscribe, because it's free and it helps out the channel a ton. So in the number 4 spot, we have the American tank destroyer, the T110E3. Thought I was going to say E4, didn't I? Didn't you? Nope. The E3 has a 49.99% win ratio, really close to 50%. It has been in 1,772,265 battles. This is the most heaviest armored tank in the game, with 305 millimeters of armor at the front, big alpha at 850, and it's very slow to get into position, but as soon as you get in position, nothing can really dig you out, and it only goes 24 kilometers. So, find a position, dig in, and never get dug out. The number 3 spot on the list is another one I don't have, which is the Tier 10 Czech heavy tank, the VZ55. It has won 50% of its battles, with 399,569 battles played in it. This tank has a double shot. It has a 2-shot autoloader like the brass at Tier 8. So this tank does 490 damage per shot, with a potential damage of about 1,000 doing in 2 seconds, which is crazy. It's also fast, going 50 kilometers, and it's great at hold down at 8, with 8 degrees of hold down. Now, the number 2 spot is the Tier 10 Soviet medium tank. There's a lot of them, I know that. The Progetto 430U. This tank has been in has won 50.19% of its battles, and it has been in 1,215,378 battles. So this tank is pretty much the closest that you can be a heavy tank than not being a heavy tank. This is a medium tank, and it has 160 millimeters of frontal armor at the front and 90 at the sides. Really good armor. It also has a decent gun at 122 millimeter, doing 440 damage per shot. Now, we move on to the number 1 tank in the game. Now, what's funny is I just made a video of saying lines that you should stay at the Tier 9 than the Tier 10, and this was actually on the list. It is the Japanese heavy tank, the Type 5 Heavy. It has been in 50.20%. Well, it has won 50.22% of its gains. It has been in 1,678,422 battles. This tank is known for its ridiculously good armor at the front, at 270 millimeters at the front. It also has 2,800 hit points. It is very slow. It goes 25 forward, and it actually has 2 derp guns. Well, it has a 14 centimeter and a 15 centimeter. The 14 centimeter is a more reliable gun that has a peak and it can overmatch. It's not really like your derpy gun, but your more derpy gun is the 15 centimeter that only has high explosive and heat. And the Type 5 also gets a small little lock gun in its hull. So guys, that's the top 10 best Tier 10s in this game. If y'all guys enjoyed this video, remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Also remember to Slapafish, because we'll watch that, and peace out. See ya.